how's it going? My name is Joe.
I'm Casey.
And we live in our 2006 Sprinter 2500. Come check out our home. So welcome to my home. I'm standing here in the kitchen where I built all these cabinets. We have this one above for food and plates and bowls and stuff. I used 2x2s for the frame and then 1x's for the face frame here and I had to zap them down to the right size, and then I used the same 1x's for the face frame for the doors. Same thing, more food. We have cups, we got our vitamins here. And then, yeah, same thing, built the doors with the 1x's. And then now down here at the counter, we got a live edge piece of wood here for the countertop. And I took a belt sander and sanded it smooth, made it nice, put a nice finish on it. Now you can see a cool, the cool kind of texture of the wood and the knots and whatnot. And then a pretty small sink. I think I would have liked to get it a little bit bigger of a sink. I built this little spice rack here because there was a little bit of space in between the sink, just empty space. Wanted to make use of it. All these drawers I built with just plywood, made a little box, and then made a face frame for that too, with the same 1x's. And down here we got our water tanks for the water, and we use a foot pump instead of an electric pump. We figure it'll save water that way, and we won't burn through it as fast. So these are 5-gallon tanks, one for the fresh water, one for gray water. So the fresh water lasts us about a week here of washing dishes, twice a day maybe. We don't usually drink this. We have a separate tank for our drinking water. I think that's 5 gallons as well, and then our propane down here as well. And we have just a camping stove that we use. We just pull it out. We like to cook outside, but if it's not ideal, we just put it up here, boom, ready to go. Down here is where we keep our pots and pans. It's kind of not as much of a drawer, just kind of an open space there with a drop-down cabinet door. And then, these drawers are just for cleaning supplies, cutting boards, spatulas, knives, all that good stuff. My favorite thing is the live edge countertop. I just love the look of it. You got this live edge here on it. You could see all the features, knots, and the rings, I guess you could call them. I wanted a lot of counter space. In fact, actually, we have this extra flip up section because I really like a lot of counter space myself. Because I cook from scratch almost everything, so I got to cut up a lot of different things, and there's usually a lot going on when I'm cooking. So we use the mirror as a backsplash kind of a thing. We just had the mirror, and it's funny because so you can see it's a little messed up here. We cut it. We wanted to cut it short, and it was very difficult. We kind of messed it up here, and then putting it on too. I tightened this one and it didn't break, and then I tightened this one here, and then bam, it cracked right all the way through the middle right there. And we were like, well, we're just gonna have to, it's a characteristic, These are my parents, which is, when they were a lot younger. And my mom actually makes this kind of stuff. She has a laser cutter, and so she made this. It's like a layered thing that she put together because she knew we were doing this. She wanted to make us some cool stuff for the van. So what made us do van life was we've traveled out of the country a few times, and we've really enjoyed it. And we were thinking, we gotta do some traveling in the States where we're from, and I hadn't seen too much of the States, neither have she. And so we were like, what's the best way to do it? We gotta just buy a van and build it into a home.
For me personally, it was a little scary at first because I just didn't really know what to expect. But since we've been on the road for 2 months now, it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's just so much more freeing, I guess. And I don't know, we just get to do whatever we want, whenever we want.
Yeah, I really love it.
And nothing's really holding us down to staying in one spot for too long, you know? We can just kind of do, like I said, whatever we want.
All right, so this is the living room / dining room area. This is where I play a lot of my guitar, and we can hang out, and we have this flip up table here with the same live edge wood for our dining table, I call it. And if so we're not too cramped, sometimes we'll eat here too. We'll have one person sit here and eat, one person sit here and eat. And it's, it's pretty nice. And then you have this space if you need to get through, we're not too cramped in, which is very nice. Love it. And then right here is our switches / power station. We got everything runs off a 12 volt in here. So we got a 12 volt piece here. And then this is just kind of, a power bank that plug in, and you have more plugs there. It's got some USB as well. This piece I got when I was in Peru, which was an incredible journey. And then we got these pieces here in New Zealand, of course. They say New Zealand. We just love all this kind of stuff that we got on our travels. You can maybe see this one as well. I got it in Peru. That one's my favorite. And it's Machu Picchu. And yeah, so we also have the bench that has plenty of storage in there, which is where we have our fridge. It's kind of like a ice chest style fridge. It's just about perfect size for us. Whenever we go shopping, fill it up to the T, and then lasts us probably about 2 weeks. We go shopping every 2 weeks or so. So we have 2 solar panels that, and then 2 batteries that it powers. And the batteries sit at the same place. So the sun charges whatever this takes every day. It's ideal, perfect. So we got the storage here that we use for a lot of food. See, we got our potatoes, like I was saying earlier. And we have our laptops in here for just kind of random miscellaneous things that we use more often, so we don't have to go back through the back into the storage area. And it's pretty convenient, and it's a lot of space. It's nice. It's a pretty big storage area. We had seen some other builds, and we saw a guy with a build like this, and I was like, this is cool. I like it because it's kind of like a nice step up to the bed, and I feel like it brings more space into this kind of living kitchen area, because I wanted this. You have this nice big open square here. I wanted all the space I could get out of everything, and it really brings it for us. Yep, so we got the hang board up here that, just training climbing. And I put these bolts in here for training, practicing tying knots and building anchors and, practicing different rappel styles, just all that kind of stuff. It's great. I love it. Yeah, it's been great. We don't really have a set plan. Usually we'll, kind of wing it, and then we go, oh, okay, well, let's, go to Oregon, and then we end up in Smith Rock climbing. We'll be there for a month, and then it's after a month or so, we're like, all right, we're ready to go on to the next place, and then we hit little spots for a few days here and there, and then find a spot. We're like, okay, we're gonna be here a while, So that's really nice. So we plan on living in the van for hopefully about a year. If our money takes us longer, that would be even better. If the opportunity presents itself, yeah, we'll for sure do some work on the road. If somebody gives me a job or says they need something built or repaired in their house or even a car, I'll definitely jump on it and hopefully make some money to extend the trip. All right, so here we are in the bedroom. We have a smaller cabinet here that we use for, it's kind of more used for bathroom things. And then I have my favorite clothes and hat that I don't really want getting messed up here. And I built it extra short here because I wanted plenty of space so I don't, roll around and hit my head here or whatever. And it's nice. I hit my head sometimes, but not as much as I probably would. And over here we keep our clothes. So I have this because we don't have doors. I didn't build doors for these. I figured just kind of keep it more simple. I didn't think we needed doors, but this kind of just makes it look pretty and hides the fact that, there's just stacks of clothes in here. And it kind of worked out perfectly. All the clothes we decided to bring fit perfectly in there. And down here, you can see there's this bigger section here we use for bigger jackets. And, we have like buckets and stuff for our socks, towels, and yeah, just kind of bulkier items, some backpacks and stuff. But it's a nice big, it's the mattress is so thick it goes down that far, so that's, I kind of like that section. Yep, so we got the Max Air fan. We found that if it's very cold out and we don't have both fans open, it'll create condensation. There's beams that these are screwed into. There will be like a wet kind of mark from the condensation where the metal beams are. So everything's insulated, but these beams come down touching the wood. And so we found that, really cold weather, if these are closed, it'll create the condensation. So we have to actually keep both fans not on, but keep the vents open to just get that airflow in, or else eventually these will rust out, which will rot the wood and all kind of bad stuff. All right, so this is what I call the garage. We totally are full-time living in the van. Let's see, everything we own is in the garage. I have some stuff I've had for years that we had to put, we put it way in the back. I got an amp for my guitar. I got, this is where we put our dirty clothes, obviously, all of our shoes, the dog bed during the day when we put it away, all of our climbing gear. I got a snowboard over here and the skateboard and all that kind of good stuff. So, it's really not, it's a really big area that we could fit tons of stuff in, and we have it pretty packed full right now. I put a little extra of these support beams, and so there's no like middle support beams, which is nice, it's just totally open in there. This is where we have the batteries and all the, the wiring and the fuse box and stuff. Runs up to the solar panels. Pretty easy wiring because it comes just straight down right there.
If you want to follow my Instagram, it's Eyes of K with a period in between each word.
Nice.
Yeah.
And me, Average Joe _travels, because I'm just your average Joe traveling, we do a bunch of rock climbing and stuff, and we try to get it as much film as possible and post it. And you can follow our travels and see what we're up to. Maybe even, message me on Instagram. We could climb or go for a hike. Who knows? Hope you enjoyed our home. We love it, and I think everybody should do this.